Hello, Tess.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine, and you?
Mimi niko salama sana. How was your week? Wacha kwanza tuanze tu. Wiki yako imekuwaje?
Imekuwa salama, up and down, chasing with the rains, but I'm good.
Nairobi tumeona mvua siku mbili kwa hivi.
That, Laikipia kuko salama. We're in the process of now planting. Kwa baraka ambazo tumepata za mvua, now we are in that process, but I'm good. I thank the Lord.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to take us through agriculture and the young people.
Yes.
Hata singependa hata niitapia hapo katikati. Na ningependa uwanja ni wako.
Wow, such an introduction from you. That is very good. Thank you very much first for the opportunity to be hosted by you in this robust radio. I'm very grateful. Just as you have said, I'm Kevin. My brand name is Kefama. I'm a farmer, a young farmer in Laikipia, very passionate with farming and food, just as you have said. So my journey is very simple. I love food and I love being in production of food. That is my area. And I'm very passionate about God. I have to mention at this point is that I love Jesus Christ as my personal savior. And now in my career or in my area of duty, I'm in food production or in agribusiness. Acha nikwambie Tess, kuna pesa ndani ya ukulima. Pesa iko tu Nairobi.
Really?
Yeah, there is a lot of... Yes. Currently, you can see how the food prices have really gone up.
What?
Maybe that's another thing for another day, but it's because our system has refused to incorporate various factors that will help us improve our food production. And sisi kama vijana, it's up to us to get into this system so that we can engage and look at the challenges that we are having or we are facing as farmers and implement the challenges that are there, because this is a God-given thing. Imagine Tess, in the morning I'm very sure ulikula kitu au la. Ulikula kitu, si ndio? So everyone has to feed. It's a basic thing, so we have to be very careful making sure that we are in a sustainable food production so that we can drive our economy as the young people. Ni lazima tuingie in this production. It's very big, just as we have said. There is so much. There is research part, there is the art part of it, and we need to be engaged as the young people. So in me, I'm based in Laikipia, where I'm managing 300 acres. 50 of them are currently under production, where we are using mechanized method in vegetables. We are using our method of drip installation and watering. Even wakati kiangazi imekuwa, we have been in production, we have been producing tomatoes, we have been producing onions, we have been producing cucumbers. And the surprising thing is that even at this time, we are not able to sustain the market. The opportunity for food production is so big, we are not able to meet the demand of food. But the key thing that I wanted to first talk about is that we need to be engaged as the young people. We need to take up the position. We need to go back to school. Them that are interested, learn 1 or 2, 3 things. There's so much that we can that are missing in food production in our nation that we need to add in this system, so that when we are talking about, we should not be talking at this time about hunger. We should be talking about food production. The prices are down, and when farmers are doing it ile kienyeji, that's why you're finding out that in our country currently hakuna ngano, hakuna mahindi, nyanya hakuna, because we have allowed the older generation wawe tu ndo wako involved in this system, but there is a lot that we can be engaged in. Taking an example, for example, a product like tomatoes, I can tell you for sure in January we were almost throwing tomatoes away, but currently I'm very sure in Nairobi you are buying a kilo of tomatoes between 80 and 100 shillings. At the farm we are selling at 60. In January there was oversupply. You get it? So like that is an opportunity for us, the young people, to come and bridge this gap. Why are we having, at times we are having an excess of production, and at times you're having a limitation of production. So we need to gap in, come up with solution, how to maybe value addition, those things. Those systems are in blank. Na mimi kama kijana, that is the area I'm interested in. That is the area that I dwell so much in research and knowing out where are we going wrong. That is the question I'm trying to answer at the moment. So in agriculture, the young people, for example, we are needed a lot in research. Kabisa kabisa, kuko na, unaona other developed country like Israel, something that make them beat us 10-0 ni kuwa wamefanya research zao. They know per unit of an area, for example, if you are talking of kitunguu, what we are needed to do to produce 1 kg of onion at a lower cost. But now it's very unfortunate. Most people are not in this game of getting to know the working with numbers. You don't know one thing. Tess umemention huko unapenda kulima kwa sababu ya jembe we ukiwa high school, but for ilikuwa yeah, it was a you see, it was a form of punishment. But if there is some other part of agriculture, there is the mathematical part of agriculture. When you are defining agriculture back then, it is in two words. It is an art and a science. Kenye kinafanya wanarika ama sisi tuchukie the youth part of it is the art part of it. But there is the science behind it. You see, the science part is, we are really dragging behind. We are less than 30% in our nation. What if mimi ama watu wengine encourage a few people to join in the game to improve gap? We gap this period irudi at least around 60%, the science part of it, because the art part of it, ile ya kuinua jembe, kulima, kubeba vitu, that one, by the way, things have changed. We can mechanize that and we can do it. The production can still sustain. So we need to gap in as the young people, turudi kwa research, tujue kwa nini tutarudisha aje kama ni bei ya kitunguu iende at least a food that anyone can afford. It's very unfortunate that in our Laikipia right now, apart from the 1 week like kwenye kumenyesha, kumekuwa na kiangazi excess. Even some part of Maralal or Maran ulikuwa unashuhudia juzi tu ng'ombe zikianguka kwa sababu ya njaa. Those are the problems that we are supposed to be engaged as the young people and come up with a permanent solution. Enye we will deal it with it once and for all. That is a good take for us.
And even before we go for a break, one of the things that I actually wanted to ask is umesema the science part.
Yes.
And in my mind, I was focused on the art part. So looking at the science part itself, my first question would be, what do we need? Like, what is the science part of it? Umesema kuna research. So
yes.
What kind of research would you say that is needed in this field of agriculture?
Yeah, we need more research as in our country and to be engaged as the young people. For example, there is a problem of pest and disease control. If you take a crop like tomato, the reason why that you find bei ya nyanya imeenda juu kila wakati iko juu because there is one pest that is disturbing the farmers. For example, it's called tutor absoluta. that's an area that as the young people we can get into it and know how can we encounter this pest, how can we fight this pest, how can we deal with it, so that once, instead of, imagine hiyo tuta ndo inakulanga nyanya badala sisi tukule. That is the yeah, when the farmers will struggle with it, a struggle before that nyanya ifike kwa soko, ile tuta ishaikula. It doesn't have the quality to be on the shelf of the supermarket or in the market. That is one area that we can do. Another area on research, there is a lot of change in climate, and our climate has really changed. Mvua imepunguka kabisa kabisa. Even these rains that we are seeing right now, we are not very sure kama zitaendelea ama zitakatika, na mimea kama itaweza kunawiri kwa hiyo mvua. So as the young people, we need to get in that game of studying the weather patterns, doing correct analysis, so that we can know once I plant this crop, will it be able to be sustained by the period that is there. We need to come up with breeds of crops and animals that will tolerate the changing climate. For example, in our department of, it's called CARO in our nation, Kenya Research Livestock and Research Unit, they have really done well in coming up with various hybrids that are counter checking that, but pia bado there is that gap. So me, and as a young person or my fellow young people, we need to get into the game, tujaribu to reduce or to adapt with the changes that are happening over and over as we progress in this life. So that is another area. There is another critical area of mechanization. When we talk of research, there is mechanization. Venye tu
Mechanization.
yeah, unaona wewe ulisema agriculture.
Just after the break, we are going to be looking at mechanization.
Yes.
And that is, you said under technology, we are going to be looking at
Mechanization.
But right about now, we are going to be going for a break. Africa, all the way from Tanzania. And the song is bringing us to 12:28 p.m. on this wonderful Saturday afternoon, being the 23rd of April 2022. This is the Youth Zone Show, and you're with me, Teresa Gitao, and in the building, that is all the way from Laikipia. No, those are two buildings, but it's one. All the way from Laikipia, we are having Kevin Karaoke, who,
Yes.
by the way, he has been giving us nuggets. But before even Kevin continue, there is a question here.
Yes.
Kuna salamu, umetumia salamu kutoka Kenyatta University.
Wow.
And this is coming from Miss Wanja, and she's saying, thank you so much. And she's doing finance and economics. Okay, so in it all, in short form, finance,
econ finance, yes.
And her question is to you is just that is from listening to you and saying that there is the science part of it where there is money being involved, and I think this is where her attention was paid to. Nisema tu kuna pesa. Okay. Unaenda aje? So and she's asking, are we sure that there are enough systems in the country to ensure that there is enough research that also through that research could translate money into the pockets of the youth?
Oh, what?
So, like, is there like enough
systems?
What I'm understanding from her question is maybe there is no, as people who are not in the agricultural, someone unajua umesema ni lazima turudi shule kusoma. There are those who are considering shule na unajua ulishika mahali pabaya. So how do we become the new entrant into this? And tutaanzia wapi? Kama sasa hivi, like in an organization, unajua nitaenda hapa, you meet maybe you go to the reception, ask the procedure. So for her, I think she's just wondering, kunaenda aje?
Yes, research it's not enough in our country. The systems are not well working. Only a few that we can mention, ile tunaweza sema ni hii, ni sipe, ni karo, ni hii, but there is a gap that is still needs to be utilized. But maybe kuna wale wangesema kurudi shule, that's a problem, maybe because of age. But the technology that we are having right now, the internet thing is enough for us to do a lot of research, even without going back to. By the way, Tess, I'm a manager where I am, but before I get into any project, I have to go back, sit down, meditate about the project, analyze the risks that are there, analyze the outcome before I get into the ground. So the science part of it tells me that before I get into that project, because it's just as any other business, I have to sit down, think about it, look at the budget part of it, state down the risk that I'm going to encounter on my path, and then I will state down the success that I want in that project, for example. So when it comes to the young people, we need research in terms of even the marketing. Marketing right now is very simple. Surprisingly, most of our farm product that I sell or that we do sell from Laikipia, almost 80% of it siuzangi ati one-on-one. No, I do it through online platforms. So you see, that's an area that we can explore. I can sell to you while you're still in Nairobi. I can sell you when you're still in Mandera. I can sell you. Of late, I sold a lot of tomatoes at Moyale. Acha nikwambie. Yes.
You're selling things online to Moyale.
Na ni mtu sijai muona.
Yes.
Ni mtu ni Moyale sijai enda, but I was able to sell 10 tons of onions, to send 10 tons of onions to Moyale. It's just a platform, such is an area that youth can easily get into it or can be assimilated. If you have you are farming, you get into the farm. When it comes for the sales, for example, I'm just taking this as an example. You can connect. There are online things that help us to connect to you, to someone at Moyale, someone at Mombasa. There are those channels that we use, isn't it? So that is and the question is, yes, the systems of research in our country are not adequate. And it's a challenge to us as the young people. It's a challenge to us. Kama hiyo ya marketing, kusema kweli, that one you can easily, right now, right, like this and this, you can get into it, start working on it, and out of it you make some money. Yeah.
And My problem would be now from Laikipia, produce Jakarta. But now, this question you can answer it later because I want us to go and look at mechanization and the way you said and science itself. It's because I want to see will the goods get to Moyale zikiwa fresh, and especially actually about tomatoes.
Yes, they will. Imagine this is where we are. They will get to they will get there, and they will get in good quality. You will be paid, and your customer will be happy, and you get the money as a reward. So inaendanga hivi, you have to. There is the transport system that you'll have to engage. There are the workers at your farm that they have to inspect the quality of the things that you are going to put in place. There is the transaction, but the banking area that you'll have to confirm usikoniwe. Then and there is now the recipient, your client from the other side. Maybe it's at Moyare, atakwambia, so we'll be communicating via the communication channel, and he will tell you, I need this kind of a product. The description are this, the size of tomato is this, the color of tomato is this. Utaweza kuifikisha ikiwa hivyo? And then up to you as a farmer, I'll look at it and say, yes, in my transport I'll have to put a coolant. Sio ni science? In my transport I will have to engage someone who has a little bit of knowing kama ni driver ile speed ataenda nayo, ama akifika, it's a long distance, akifika at this time he has to rest, open up the car, fresh in, fresh out, and then continue with the journey.
And now, just to continue with where we left off our conversation, because now we need another segment to just talk about money and agriculture. That is money, the aspect, the business side of it, and the balancing of, there is balancing.
Yes.
Balance sheet in short.
Yeah.
And then see how it can trickle down now, so that to the youth we can now understand. Even in Nairobi, this is what you can learn. But looking at mechanization.
Yeah, that it's another area that we can venture in, but to say the truth, we cannot also exalt it. Hatuwezi imaliza yote sahi, but let me just highlight two important things that you need to consider when getting into mechanization, or an area sisi wanarika tunaweza ichukua. Mechanization, the beauty about mechanization, it's the accuracy, the precision, and the speed of it. Imagine if I want to do the 200 acres planting maize, hiyo hautatumia watu. You'll have to use a tractor drawn implement, maybe a planter. So this aspect of taking of like the speed, if you use a tractor versus people, you are going to save a lot in terms of time. That is one thing. And the other thing that I've mentioned is about the accuracy of this machinery that we need to use. There is a lot of knowledge behind mechanization. There is a knowledge about, for example, in farms we use tractor is our number one form of mechanization, tinga, because there is a lot that you can mount to it. You can mount a sprayer, you can mount a planter, a harvester, so many things. So we need young people who can come up and join in this system. Wasome kuhusu how for example a planter operate, a maize planter operate, how a sorghum planter operate, how a canola planter operate, how a sunflower planter operate. Unaona hizi areas zote, there are so much. The calibration of the machine we needed, how to fuel it, how to gear them, because there are some gears that you engage. That is a complete area that the young people can do. For like me, I'm not very interested in the physics behind it. I'm not very good in that, but I'm forced to know about it. You see, my form of engagement is mostly in agronomy and the management, but I need someone else in the system to help me akiwa na ile knowledge ya engineering and the physics behind mechanization. You get it? So we need to do that. And the beauty about machinery in agriculture, it will help, it automatically lower the cost of production in the farm. Na ujue wakati mkulima haumii akitumia pesa nyingi per acre, that one will translate to a lower food price in the market. For example, if I'm able to maintain my cost of production, farm machinery inasaidianga kupunguza cost of production inarudi chini up to even to 50%. You see, if I'm able to save in my cost of production, automatically the pricing of pengine maize ama ngano itarudi chini. Yeah. Have I answered it?
Yes, you have. And just listening to what you're saying is that there is a need for mindset
Yes.
shift, like
Yes.
to change our mindset, because I know most of the time tunasemanga hakuna kazi.
Hakuna kazi.
Right? And especially when it comes to agriculture, because when nilikuwa nasema we were so focused on the art part of it,
We forgot.
and all that, and then the way it sounded so tedious, and you understand, so unajua tu venye tuna relate,
Yeah.
venye tuli grow up, especially hii age yetu, hii millennials sisi,
Yeah.
kulima ilikuwa unapeleka ushago
Punishment.
by force.
Yes.
So ulikuwa una kitu, you sat down and started hating the whole agricultural thing, with which upper sudden, as we're trying to learn and as we're trying to discuss,
Yes.
is that our aim is to try and shift the narrative.
Yeah.
To try and tell them that you don't have to do the physical work. And again, technology.
Yeah, ukweli.
There's a lot that we can sit down and in it, there's more that there's a lot that you can do, and also there's a lot of science that is needed.
Yeah.
That actually can by the way, people can earn decent livings, and we can actually improve our economy, because venye tu umesema, I remember just in India,
Yeah.
there's a whole place where they have converted a desert into planting pineapple. You know, I was surprised.
That is true.
Like, what are we not doing? You know?
Sometimes I move via Samburu and I see vast land is imekaa tu idle hivyo, and I'm just like, oh God, how I wish we can have this mind coming up together and see how we can utilize this land, how we can reclaim that land na tuitumie. Kwani Israel, si tukisoma hata kwa Biblia, it's a desert. And if you want the best mangoes, they are from that area. The best not tomatoes, the best fruits are from those areas. That's a challenge to us. Ukambani hatu
where it is needed.
Yeah.
And just after the break, we are going to come back with the last segment. And to remind you, my dear listener, is that if you have any questions for Kevin, our SMS platform is 23405. That is 23405. You can also WhatsApp me on 0740566552. That is 0740566552. And you can call in. I'd really love to hear what you have to say on 011 0002 009. That is 011 0002 009. Radio Maria Kenya, Nairobi, 107.3 FM. Follow us on social media. Facebook, Radio Maria Kenya, Nairobi. Twitter, @Radio Maria NRB. Instagram, @Radio Maria Kenya _Nairobi. Radio Maria, Christian Voice in your home. Nawe kubariki kazi yake. Tuma mchango wako kwa nambari ya paybill 320015 320015 na uweke jina lako kama account. Tunajivunia redio ya mama, redio yetu, Radio Maria Kenya, Nairobi. Sauti ya Kristo nyumbani mwako. And it is now 12:43 p.m. And this is the Youth Zone Show, and you're with me, Teresia Gitao, and in the from Laikipia, all the way from Laikipia County. It is Kevin Karaoke, who is a young, passionate farmer who is very interested, and rather he's doing county. Let me tell you, he's moving mountains in matters of food sustainability, food production, and as you've heard, through what he's doing, he's able to supply goods to all areas in the country, that is to various parts of the country. And also he is saying that Nabado, he's doing it, but he's not reaching Ajafika, Bado in that sector, Hatujafika. And that is because, yes, I totally understand as youth, there was that mentality that was instilled in us that, well, Ikifika agriculture, that you're supposed to go to the blue collar jobs to sit down. And also it has its own health impact. That najua hey, Kevin, najua huwezi naona unakonanga unapanga tu up and down. But hiyo ndio tumesema kuna the science aspect. Pia kuna watu wanapanga.
Yeah. Ukweli. You know, mimi agriculture imenifunza actually about health, the way when umeisema tu, it helps me keep fit. So ni kitu tu enjoyable, you're very engaged, your mind is engaged. So hatuwezi sema kama youth ati tumekaa tu hivyo kwa sababu we are idle. There is much, there is money in the soil. Yeah.
I love that. I love that there is money in the soil.
Yeah.
And that is one of the soil pollution, because we also need to look at it. But because now we are here to sit down and try to change mindsets. You know, I don't expect change all at once, but we keep talking. You know, so that at least people can just understand that there is money in the soil, number one, and also it doesn't have to be when you look at mezoeshwa, it need to be a punishment or equal to that can be looked down upon. Yeah. But looking at the 0740566552, there's a question here that is from Michelle Minor. She's from Tangaza College. Tangaza University. Okay, yes. So, and she's asking, or she's saying hi, and Anasema, thank you so much for the information that you have given us, and especially to enlighten us. For me, yeye kwake pia kwenda ushagoni kwa punishment because okay, alikuwa anasema ndo msichana akuwe msichana, ilikuwa inamaanisha ashike jembe kwanza. Haya, sawa, no comment. I am not going to react to this one, but asking, there's a point that you had mentioned that you are selling things all the way to Moyale, and that is not things, that is tomatoes. Yes. Yeah. You are selling tomatoes and onions, you're packaging them to all the way to Moyale. Yeah. And she's asking, there's social media, and then there's the farmers union, I believe. And do you as Kevin, or you with your friends, do you have a union in itself, or social media has made you to be so individual because you are removing the middle person?
Yes, that is a very good point. The use of social media have really helped us to get a direct contact with the recipient, the person who is going to consume that product. Sasa mambo ya middleman imepunguka kidogo. I use a lot of social media platform. I have a page, WhatsApp page yenye nimeweka wakulima wengi under my name, and it helps me a lot to reach out to those farmers and also reach out to those clients that are far away from where I am. That is the social media. Also in something like taking like FB. Facebook has really made me open up because I use it in the right way. There are so many. There is a farm group called digital farmers. I post my things there, and person who is interested, they just give me a call, and now we start negotiating about the prices. Also, something keen when I'm farming is about the quality of the product that you're giving to your consumer. Once I'm able to give a quality, something like a quality onions, huyo customer huwa anajileta tu. I'm very happy to say that in the last the last month, even the last month and part of this month, I've really supplied a lot of onions to a big supermarket like Naivas, and I felt very happy and very proud of myself that they are interested. Once you give them, they keep asking you, hey Kevo, ni lini tena tunakujia, umefikisha tan ngapi tukujie. And I'm very happy that someone in Nairobi has consumed my onions, and I feel ile tu ile kujiamini, ni mimi.
And it's actually, it's taking you to another level, because with all this information that you're having, it is empowering you to try and be better and do more, because Kenyatta nimeelewa tumetoka tu kusema saa hizi is that quality first, you know? Yes. And now that brings me to the challenge of with the weather size even in Congo. How are the yields? Because ukiangalia, we were expecting the rains to start raining in late March.
Na leo ni 23rd. April 23rd.
Yes. And you're telling me you're planting, which means you're a month late.
We are a month late. You can imagine.
Yes.
And I was reading another document for every day kama Kenya, ukiangalia let me take analysis of a big supermarket that I know in our country. They consume averagely of 40 tons of onions per week. Just an example, 40 tons of onions per week. If we delay, the rains delay, or mkulima mmoja alale pahali or something iende tu happen, and we are not able to give that yield, what will happen is that the price will go up, ama maybe that supermarket will run short of that product for that period of time. But the key thing is just venye umesema tu, quality. And there are people we can get into this. We can get on the storage method that can help us embrace or improve on our quality. Yes. Yeah, I think I'm through with that.
Yes. So, and just looking at time, I can see it is 5 minutes. Rather, that is 10 minutes to the top of the hour. And with this, ningependa to, as you try to summarize, ningependa you summarize all of this, because we need to change mindset of the youth, me included.
Yeah.
Yes, in this journey to sit down and also to be champions of matters agriculture, because what's up without chakula? There is no way we're going without food.
Yes.
We eat at least, you know, there are those who take once a day, there are those who do 2.
Yes.
You know, the recommended one is 3.
Yeah.
So we are here, we need to produce, we need to be there out in the game.
Tunakuelewa ni.
So yes, just in summary, what would you like to see? And also let us know how we can find you and also your social media platforms.
Okay. In summary, I will say that I have one quote that keep me moving. It says, "What you feed will always grow. Whatever you're doing will always grow, whether be it good or bad. Once you put that seed in the ground and you feed it, it will grow. Once you put that mentality, that good mentality in you, and say, I'm aiming at this, and you feed it, it will automatically grow." There are 4 principles that really drives me. The first one is my God. I have to put him in the system. The other one is resilience. Wewe tu tunajua venye kumebadilika. You have to be resilient. Young people don't give up for failing in one project. No. Create a resilient heart. Be like that honey badger. It is able to go to the hive, snatch the honey, move on, create that tough skin, stretch your mind beyond the normal things. So we have to be very resilient. The other point is the hard work. Hard work will always pay. Put your effort where it's needed, because by the end of it, it will turn around and it will bless you. And then the last thing is discipline. We have to be disciplined. I have to be focused in this aim. I'm aiming at this, so my discipline is that, hey, mimi ni hapa na ni hapa. And with that, you will be able to conquer it. Because farming is just as any other business. There is a cash flow in it. There is the budget part of it. There is, and actually mtu anafurahianga tu ukiona tu nilikuza hii kitu ilimea, ndo hiyo imeenda kwa gari, iko kwa soko, and finally when I come to Nairobi and nikiona iko kwa supermarket, I feel very excited. So that is it. You have to create resilience. You have to trust in God. You have to keep working hard, and you need a lot of discipline for you to be involved in this. Finally, You can get in touch with me via my contacts. By the way, Tess, I opened a YouTube channels basically to educate the young people, the young farmers, and so that we can try as much as to improve our food productivity. Because if we cannot work on an empty stomach. After here, naenda kuchangamkia sahani ya lunch. So we need so you see that point. You have to eat, I have to eat, I have to eat. So I created that YouTube channel by my name, Kefama. You can, if you Google it in the website, you find it, Kefama. And basically, it's a motivation kind of thing, and it's educative, whereby I demonstrate what I do in the farm na watu wanaiona hapa. So if you go to Kefama, you can get it there. I have a WhatsApp group by the name Kefama. I have around 200 farmers there that we are working with. You can get me via Facebook, Kevin Mwaura, Instagram, Kevin Mwaura, TikTok, Kefama. Yeah, niko hadi TikTok manze. Yeah. So that is me. I'm very happy, and I thank God for the opportunity, for that time that we have had. I know there is much that we can share if we keep in touch. Let the young people get into the soil. The soil is blessed. Mchanga iko na hela, kwa hivyo tunaweza pata mapato kupitia bidii ya mchanga. Thank you very much. I have to recognize the opportunity that I was given by Dr. Francis. Ukimpata tu mwambie asanti, asanti, asanti. He's doing an amazing job. He's really one of my mentor. Nimemjua juzi juzi, but he has really mentored me through our group, the Aspire of Change, where he talks a lot of motivation to the young people. Keep it up. Thank you very much, Tess. Hoping to see you one day. Ukuje huku Laikipia uone tukilima. Asante sana. Utapata.
Yes, thank you so much. That was Kevin all the way from Laikipia. And just the way he said, summarize vizuri na akasema, there is money in the soil. And also, just in line with the theme of the day, that we need to sit down and listen and speak less. Because as we listen, we get to learn more. And from him, I can tell you, there's a lot of job opportunities in agriculture, that is from the science and also in the art, because if at all you are fearing about the art itself, there is mechanization that is coming in. When it comes to the science, we need people in meteorology, in pest control, and also in climate out food. And as we also continue on just this basic aspect, is that we need to speak less. If at all we have to speak, we need to be positive in our utterances, because stories, narratives change perceptions, and once they are able to change perception of one or even two people, it is able to change perception of an entire generation. And also the way he was just saying, we need to be working hard, we need to be resilient. To just to comment on our trending topics, is that yes, as a youth, as a parent, you're going back to school. The same way he was working just one step at a time each and every day, is that when you go back to school, those 5 questions a day of chemistry, 5 questions a day of math, it is something that it is going to the next level. That is what we call hard work. And doing it each and every day is what Kevin was talking about, discipline. So as we try to sit down and work hard and be disciplined, let us sit back, listen, talk less, just like our former president who passed away, that is His Excellency Emilio Stanley Mwai Kibaki. But right about now, we're going to be having a song that is Mvua ya Baraka, sung by Thomas, that was sung by the Holy Trinity, ya Mtakatifu Kizito, all the way from all the way here in Nairobi.
Wow, imeisha.